Alright, let's see. And I guess I'm gonna make this a little bit louder on the audience side, the game audio. But okay. We're ready now. Also, good news, my data transfer is still underway. Moving my footage from one computer to my server, and it's going at a whopping 2.6 megabytes per second, which is faster than it was. It used to be a 1.5. I don't know what I did. Maybe it's because the room is slightly colder than it was before. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there, because today we are continuing this quest. Where did we leave off? Quests, Nightlight. So it was the rework. So write investigation dialogue with Oleander. Oh wait, no. Right, I forgot. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it so that Oleander will notice that you're talking to people who don't want him around, and he will leave. And so that means Oleander actually needs a unique script as well, for example. So we should do, let's extend this script. Hopefully all of this stays here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under entities, NPC Oleander. Function, well, no. Let's not save this. Yeah. This was a joke that I had in a dream once. It's just, who is Lady Liberty? And then you just, like, don't elaborate. You just leave. So yeah, I don't know. I think I could make this work in the game if I make this something else, like thematically relevant. Because if I say Lady Liberty, then it's like, oh, that's the Statue of Liberty. What are you talking about? Like, is this a political joke? Which side am I supposed to be on to think this is funny? But okay, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm just gonna put as like a thing for later. Oleander keeps his distance when you ask around. Figure this out later. When and how far he moves. Basically, it's more of an aesthetic thing, so I shouldn't, focus on that. So I'll just say this is done. Oleander asking you questions. That'd be good. So I'm thinking NPCs like Oleander should probably have some sort of, I need some way of composing behaviors. Like a dialogue trigger or something like that. Because I added a new function, talk, so that I can just have them ask about things. So what do I want with Oleander? Maybe when we enter specific places? Yeah, let's think about the exact mechanism. So, like, when to ask, what to ask, why ask. So this is for Sadak, the governor, when to ask, leaving town? Oh wait, also, I need to eventually figure out, so like, how... The city? Probably not. Yeah, I think Oleander will just, like, be able to follow you. Well... So, like, pros, easier to write. Con, harder to program. Yeah, because I guess it's basically, do I want to write a whole bunch of dialogue to have, to accommodate for, like, if he follows you all the way around? Or do I just want to program some sort of, like, restriction of, like, once the player leaves a particular zone, the NPC's like, oh, well, I can't, I'm going to stay in the city. Which, admittedly, I think I need for other NPCs anyway. So... yeah, I think this wins out. So I think... after talking to... So after talking to certain people... I know. But I don't want it to be instantly after. Also, I started 10 minutes ago, but I need to use the bathroom. Sorry about that. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So, I think what I should do is maybe not have him, like, force you into dialogue, but instead he has little alerts. So I think what I can do is I can try bringing back the alerts today. That could be fun. Because I don't feel like I'm going to do much writing. Don't we have this already? Okay, do I need this? I mean, I have sort of the overarching... Well, I guess I could do that at some point. Okay. What was I doing? What I'm going to do is go to my back to basics thing, dialogue. Or like, let's say like, yeah. UI. So like the alerts, followers, Alerts in the dialog UI. Let's start with those. Because yeah, basically what I want is it no longer shows the little UI hints down. So like if I talk to him, it used to show the like actual UI or a UI element when I had notes like these. So it would show me these little minus signs. So I'm going to start by trying to get those back. That should be, so if we go to the dialog evaluator, does this have signals for, let's have a signal options or option available. So type string and then expression change. I'm trying to figure out what class would it be. Enum, I think it's just local block state. So like max state. Or let's say special, let's just say that. So we'll have it be, let's do check notifications. Okay, it's apply block status now. So yeah, we're not going to have any of these anymore. So for type in notifications, so what is notifications exactly? Dictionary of string array. Why is it an array exactly? Notifications label type, append label state. I mean, we can just have best state or something like that. Oh wait, no, I remember why I have this. It's because the notifications can have several different states. So I'm going to have, yeah, let's have special dialog available. And then special let's just call it notify. Or like dialog alerts. And then dialog clear. Let's just say this. Oh, wait. Okay. I still need this, actually. There we are. Because basically, the way that it works is it provides a list of all of the things. So if we go to like item context, for example, like if we use an item, it'll have like multiple little icons. One might be, you know, you have some repeated dialogue, but you also have like new dialogue, but you also have important dialogue. So you can have all three of those. And then you can also like have those removed once there is none. But I'm thinking, do I want that to be the case? And also, I think a better way of doing this would be to just have var, let's just call this a dictionary of string to dictionary. It's basically going to be the types to local block state and quantity. And then this is going to be states dictionary of local block state to int. So now what I'm going to do, so yeah, block type to local block state. Can we have nested functions? So like function notification block. And this will return a dictionary of like wait, what okay. Invalid 0. West 0. Completed 0. Dot what's the last one? Visited? Yeah, visited. Okay. So I'm basically going to simplify this to, for each block. When do we get the types? Label.type. Call it that. And then what we do is notifications label.type states plus equals 1. There we go. And then we're gonna do like I guess just notifications. So dialogue notifications. Let's just call it that. So I think then we don't need anything like this. Because I was checking, that did like some sort of hokey double for loop. So when do we check? Okay, I see. I think I'm going to check this first. If label type and label state, blah, blah, blah. For update in updated blocks. Do we even need updated blocks anymore? So if best state not equal max state? I guess I'll keep this for now. So if max block state, let's just do, you know what? For each label in the block state, we then add all of these things. For Ln block labels, we add all of the notifications. And then for update in updated blocks, so yeah, we don't need updated blocks at all, I don't think. Wait, isn't update labels? What is update, actually? Can't this just be an array of label? Or like label... item label? Is that what we have? Okay. If contextual reply, let's do contextual replies empty. So it's going to be notify or alert new dialogue. No, that's not what I want. Signal new context. Or let's do signal count. Or what should it be? I guess we already have contextual reply added. Okay. So we're just gonna do that. So reset context notification. I'll ignore that. Okay, let's just do notifications, emit, or what is it called? And let's just call this new states, or like block states, something like that. There we are. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out where this is going to go. Okay, because now what I can do is... let's do viewer.eval.notifications.emit or connect. Print or like on notifications. On notifications. Blocks B or dictionary string dictionary. Print blocks. Okay. So now if we see our output, which did not have anything. Interesting. So what's here then? Okay. So we can see all of the options that we have. So chase guide nightlight note. Okay. One of the things we're gonna have to do is have the label type show up. Well, Wait, why are these null? I think I don't understand. It seems like maybe the casting wasn't correct. Because yeah, this is printing out this correctly. But then here we see that these are null, which is a concern. Then if we output that, yeah, we see here as well. Okay. Print %d notifications. Okay, so this will be K, blocks K. So how many blocks? Why is there? Oh, I see. I'm dumb. Okay, so this is all working correctly. So we can't actually have this be a dictionary of string to dictionary. And then what we would need is, I think our next thing is that I don't want to be constructing such a large dictionary of things. So we're going to need to figure out when label type is here. Maybe we could have just like an array of listener states. I'll think on it. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna figure out if I can, like, do something different with these label types. So, like, what is our label here? There it is. Okay. So the type is chase. Conditions are 1. Oh, because these are stages. Right, okay. That explains that. Okay, so that's not terrible. Okay, because I was worried that it was basically like every single label was in here, but I'm realizing now it's only labels that have the parentheses. So it's basically like, not that big of a... the dictionaries aren't going to be huge. But okay, what I'm going to do instead is, if notes in blocks pass, if item in blocks pass, and then we'll do like apply. So we need to now get our alerts for broad phase things. Basically, these indicators need to work again. Wait, how did these work again? I'm gonna do full box. Yeah, because, okay, yeah, this is exactly how they're supposed to work. And these indicators still work, I'm guessing, hoping? Okay, this should be fine. So, let's see. How do I want to do this? So let's say like apply notifications, max notifications. Okay. All right. For K in A, if AK less than BK, AK equals BK. All right, let's say like max notify. And BK less than dialog evaluator dot visited. Dot completed. There we go. Actually, let's just have a function like notify E, or this will be V this. Okay. So basically, if not notify AK. This is very complicated, but basically, I need there's various things that I have notifications for. Basically, there's local block state. So if it's invalid, that means that we don't meet the conditions, as it says. So that means that we don't have any notification. These two, we have notifications that are higher priority. So a quest takes priority over an optional. However, completed will, for an individual block, it'll take priority over question optional. Because this just means, like, you've already done this. And that's what visited means as well. You've done this in the current conversation. But for merging two dictionaries together, we want these two to have priority over these two. And so that means return V greater than dialog invalid and there we go. I mean, the function apply notifications. Let's call this a dictionary of... I'll just call it a dictionary. And we'll have our indicators here at some point. Actually, I should put all of this at the end with visual stuff. Can I get property of enum value? Oh, I see. Invalid. There we are. Basically, it's just between those two. So if we do not notify on A and notify on BK, or BK takes precedence over AK. Actually, okay. Oh, no, we don't even need this because this is void. It just updates the left-hand dictionary, which actually means that we need to do this. And we'll say, so we'll actually have B do this, and then if K not in A, AK equals B, else this stuff. What am I looking at here? Identifier L? Oh, I see. Okay. So if the left-hand dictionary does not have, or does not notify, and B does, then we assign B. Okay, I think that's fine. So let's do, like, apply notifications. Do our indicators have a class? It should have a class name. Let's call it a dialogue indicator. And let's just apply all the notifications. Okay, 4K in keys. Let's just do this. Okay. If, let's see. Trying to figure out what exactly I want to do here. I think what I want to do is, if there are numbers, indicates, okay, else. We clear K, or reset K. Okay. And that means that now all we need to do is Let's just get our indicators here. Item notificated, notes indicator. Notes, indicator. Actually, I just realized I can export these. And then export var general indicator. Okay. Apply blocks, note. And then do the same thing here where we do item, indicator, apply, notifications, blocks, item, and then whatever it is, general indicator dot apply notifications, those. Then we don't need this. Okay. And I'll put this here, I guess. Bottom to top. Okay. And we have 3 indicators. We have... Okay, this is our general indicator. So item context. We have the inventory indicator and the journal indicator. Okay. So if this has all been designed correctly, this should now mean that when we start dialogue, it'll show little indicators. Look at that. It shows indicators. It shows that there's some optional dialogue and some repeat dialogue. But I don't see the optional dialogue. So I'm curious as to where that's coming from. So let's print that. I guess let's just print the notification. Because yeah, we should have... So we have 5 optional and 3 repeated, 3 completed. Why do we have 5 optional? So now it seems like the evaluator is just wrong. Actually, we only need type here. Wait, why did the labels have states? That are different than the block max state. Because don't we set that here as best state? Yeah. Oh, I see. It's because it's always going to be equal. Okay. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Or chase, or guide. Or guide loop. Or nightlight. Okay, this one, we have note nightlight. So what is our state here? So our best state is 3, which means that this is completed. 0, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay, so now we have notes that are all 0. So we've not seen anything of this type before. Then we assign it. Actually, this should be a colon equals. Can't we, like, don't we know what this is? Yeah. So yeah, this labels state. Okay, that's 3. Why is this one? So what is this block? NL broken lamp. Nightlight. So journal task is active, NL broken lamp. And our best state is 1, which is not true. Let's go to the block. Let's go to the labels. So we only have the 1. So it seems like this is being set wrong. But I don't know why it's being set wrong here. Because when we do the, when we go to the dialogue, or like the journal, this also does something. Oh, journal UI. Hang on, I'm gonna close others here. Because yeah, we do this max status here. It's like, what's our max state? Our max state is still 1. Okay, so it seems to be only that one block that's wrong. Yeah, because all these other ones seem correct, where it's marking them as repeats. And it's doing this one again. Also, I'm curious as to why it did this twice. So it's within start. Within start. Evaluate labels. Apply block status. Huh. Why is this being run twice, it seems? Maybe it's just... I guess there's just a bunch of them as well. Okay. So yeah, now the question is... Why did it change? Wait, what did I do? Oh, did I accidentally click on him again to talk to him again? Okay, turn this one off for now. Because what I actually wanted to do was I wanted to go to the journal and use a note. Why security, OL secrets. It's doing a lot of these a lot of times. Oh, I see. Okay, I mean, I guess it's not too bad because all it does is it just reads, like it goes into a couple layers of this. Well, preview note, tag size, tags begin with this. There is a lot of stuff here. Where are we exactly? Are we still in dialogue? We're in journal UI still. I think what it needs to do is it needs to have a cache result. So like preview, cache, dictionary, string, dialogue, evaluator, dot, block state. And what it's going to do instead is when we do an evaluate, if, let's do, preview note tags. Let's do this. Or how do we do this actually? Oh, because we need to, so what does this get us? An array? It gets us the label and the label. Why did I set it up this way? Because yeah, basically I want the ability to cache the result because it seems like a lot of the time it's going to be the same things over and over again. But I guess it won't be able to figure out how it is. Okay, well, whatever. Huh. Yeah, for some reason, it's not showing. Yeah, for some reason, the values that we actually had output here, one is that they aren't correct. Well, the notifications, so these 5 notifications here don't exist. But the notes don't even show up here, because I'm pretty sure one of the notes that was marked as completable. Let's go to here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Journal Evaluator, like status. And then I'm just going to do if label.state equals local block state.optional, print label dot, no, let's print L. And then like block dot name. Okay. So that way we can see what exactly is causing all of these. So yeah, we don't have these tasks anymore. Yeah, none of these are true. So why are they evaluating this way? I think it must be... So in these sorted labels, we get label here. Do we actually do anything with the conditions? So, okay, so we have execute label. So conditions for key and cond notify, key and cond. Equals execute condition key param labels this. So I think here is where we have our issue. Because yeah, for some reason, these notes aren't correct. Because yeah, somehow notes that don't even come up in the dialogue are somehow being... let's go to find item. So like, what do we do differently in find item? If narrow in label conditions. No, we don't need that. Yeah, because the checks should be checked. So what is the result? So the result is true, and our label is, what is L? L is guide 0. So let's do if label.type equals note breakpoint. And we'll have the breakpoint here. Okay. So we know that this one probably going to be set to completed. Okay, there it is. So secrets was not one that we needed. That one's fine. So I think it should be these green lamp ones, right? Those were the ones that were causing issues? Okay, so for key and condition... Huh. You know, why is it set up this way anyway? Oh, this should be check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. So this was just never working. This whole system of executing the labels, I don't think it was ever working a single time. Invalid access to key property block name on base, ref counted. Yeah. Trying to assign a type dictionary to a value of type bool. It never worked. It just never did anything. Incredible. Okay. So now it's gotten a little bit more... Invalid input 8, not passed in expression. Execute label. Yeah, so now this was just never happening. So what are param values again? Like, do we use execute anywhere? Okay, so we do here. Okay, yeah. Because this is in find item now. So we have check and narrow rather than check and notify. I guess we'll do param values.duplicate. Or like, yeah, this is fine. Okay, so what are our values here? We got these. How many values did it want? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it's looking for 9 of them. Because, yeah, input 8 not passed. Okay, and that's also because we do this. Items type. So I think the issue is that when we go to execute this, we need to do var p equals param values dot duplicate, then p dot append array items type. And the problem is now we need to figure out, so this needs to be label type. I have p here. Hang on. And so now we need like all of the items. Let's just say this for now. And you know, I think we actually do need an arrow here. Well, actually we don't need an arrow there. Okay. I think this will be fine. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing any notifications, which is strange to me. Okay, because now we got 15 invalid ones. So what I'm going to do is label dot condition. How do we do this? Okay, I see. So check string is supposed to... Okay, I see. So what does narrow do? Okay, that's... Okay. I see. We need to run the narrowing conditions, I'm pretty sure. parse special label, so this is conned, and that means that this is conned, so... Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I need to run our narrow function. Actually, I think it's just going to be notify narrow. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, so now we only have the minus sign. Which I don't even know if that makes sense. So we do have no notes. Okay, I'm gonna go to somebody else. See if, like, okay, so he has these. He does not have any repeats, it seems, though. Is this true? Okay, I think it's still not quite right. I'll figure that out. Okay, so what are we printing here? We don't need this. That seems to be correct-ish. So yeah, I think now what I need to do is I need to get label. Or I need to get notify changed. Or whenever we do this, so, let's say notify is run for every check or execute labels function. Yeah, basically now what's happening is there are notes that it's only doing this part, basically. It's not checking if we actually have the note, because that's what the check function does. Yeah, now what we need is see, so let's do like get the, or like generate code for checking item, generate code for notifications, game specific. If so, now we need actually a new thing. Gonna be something like for location code if type. Let's see. So we need the property. What do we need? We need label. I know. Type in notifications. Notification code. There we go. This will be like notify string. Notification properties type modulo. I guess it'd be a format. I know what it'd be. It'd be and dot join array say var args equals there we are. Modulo S. Okay. So basically now what I can do is we go up to dialog, or no, we go to our dialog UI. Whenever we start our eval, so it should be function ready. Notification code equals notes journal as notes item. Oh wait, no. This is just that. It's literally just this. Item is inventory count that. Okay. Basically, I want this now. Because what this should mean is that now we can talk to NPCs. Doesn't seem like he did anything. There we go. Okay. So notification oh wait, but we didn't put this in here. So we still need to do if. So we're just gonna do dot notify equals cache notify string, and actually we're gonna do if check string, no, notify string in expression cache or compile notify string null params. Okay. Basically, we should get code that compiles. Not quite. Okay, so what is args? Args is an array containing one thing, which is nightlight. And then actually, let's go to the journal and make sure that there's a thing called like has note. Okay, yeah. And that actually means that what we need is when we go to dialog UI, so inventory count greater than 0. So this should be... Oh, wait. Actually, we don't even need this, because we can strip the edges like ourselves, because we got to do it twice now. So we're going to do this dot map strip. I'll just keep this here. But okay, let's try this again. Because, yeah, I was just not returning the function. So the notify string is now journal has note nightlight. Okay. And then we notify the string, result notify is an expression. Okie dokie. We now have... That looks correct still. And then here, why is it showing some visited still? So we have notes, we have 7 invalid notes, 5 active notes, 1 visited. Why do we have 1 visited? Okay, let's go back to this now. So let's do if label.state equals local block state.visited. Oh, no, completed. Print debug block name label. No, L. Okay, so note nightlight. Okay. Oh, I see. Because I have this one is already visited. Or whichever one is visited. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Wrong guy. So now the issue is... This is like our fallback note, but we don't actually have anything that can get to here because now we're doing this one. So actually what I can just do is just have task is active. Like basically, otherwise I have to go through all of the dialog options in order from top to bottom every time. Yeah, let's just have this be like active, NL active, yeah, or something like that. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think how I want to deal with that as well, because that does mean that I'd have to be more careful about checking things. But yeah, so that fixed that. But that does mean that now I have to be aware of that as an issue. Okay, that was all. So I'll say we'll probably need to figure out a better way of doing this. We've listened to these two quite a lot already. I thought this was in shuffled order. Why is it just playing all of the ones that are like in the top of the list? Okay. Well, this one's neat at least. But okay. We're gonna remove printing. Okay, so I'm gonna say the bug is it doesn't respect fall through. Oh wait, no. We still need alerts for followers now. So yeah, have we fixed any of these here? Show alerts for follower dialogue. How long until the speaker's name should reset? What does that mean? Oh, yeah. Did I fix this? I thought I did. Okay, but that does something now. Using one note after the other does not remove nested blocks. It does now. Spacing of objects isn't correct. I think it is now. Oh wait, no, it isn't. Yeah. General notifications no longer show up. Now they do. But what I'm going to put here is for dialogue viewer. Let's do like dialogue. How do I phrase this exactly? Notifications don't respect fall through. Basically, note A, note B, or note A from it should only, or if the first note A is valid, the second one should be ignored. Because, yeah, we basically just need to go from top to bottom, evaluating, It's really complicated, thinking about it. Especially since now that I'm thinking about it, I think the only way to do this is to evaluate all of the player's journal notes and dialogue items. So not the labels themselves, but the actual items. And then to use the max item thing. Okay. Because yeah, if it gets more complicated, so in a more complicated example, say I have a note with tags A, B, then and the following notes. Note A, note B. If I've already seen A, it should only show so here's what I'm talking about. So yeah, we have note A and note B, and like, you know, there's something here, there's something here. If we use this note, it'll hit this block first, and then it'll run this code. So if we've already seen this, then we have no new notes. Like, this note is not available to us, and it should not show that in the notifications. This is typically not a thing that I intend to do, where, like, you know, the presence of a tag means that you can't say some certain thing. But that is a thing that could happen, so the UI should reflect that. And, like, not lead the player to think that they have notes when they don't. For items, though, it should be pretty simple, because it's... Wait, no. Items still need the same thing. Yeah, okay. So that's kind of messed up. But at least we have, like, basic notes. So what did we do? Huh? Oh. Okay, and then add the rest of this. Dialogue notifications. And then what I can do is the follower notifications. Yeah. Let's go to the player's UI. So I think the way I'm going to do this is I would like a grid container that is vertical. Basically, change the type of this to a grid container. However, I want it to be rows, not columns. Let's see if I can do that. Like, Godot horizontal grid container. Because if not, I'll just have to do it myself. I mean, I guess I could also just increase the number of columns based on the number of followers the player has, so we could do like that. So that way... And then we basically have like a little indicator. Ooh, how do I want to do this? Let's go to NPC base. Or like base NPC. Let's get a checker here. Oh yeah, we gotta re-implement it. Yeah, this, function, how do we do this? More eval. Evaluator dot new. Oh, do we need, self? So what is a dialogue viewer? Does a dialogue viewer actually need to do anything? Ooh, this is going to be messy. Does this actually need to be a control? Could it just be a node? Like, is there anything here that needs, I mean, we could just put this as a control. Yeah, I think my main problem now is, well, why does it need a viewer, actually? That's the main thing. So, like, first of all, yeah, why does the dialogue viewer need to be aware of this? Could we just have a signal? Like, I think I'm just gonna have signals, actually. Or like, so yeah, remove the viewer. We're just gonna have, like, commit, and we're gonna have call frame be completed. And then that means that frame okay, call frame and then completed. Cool. Oh, it was literally for that. It was literally for one thing. Okay. So yeah, when a dialogue viewer is started, we don't need this here. We're going to do that, and then when we're ready, we do eval stack pops.connect back. Yeah, I literally was doing the same thing with the errors anyway. But okay, so now the evaluator doesn't need anything with that. And we'll also have alerts or signal. So yeah, we have the alert new dialogue, and then we're gonna do. So yeah, this actually. Right now. Okay, and here. Yeah, we do that, and then. So let's function. Oh yeah, also this needs to return true. So we don't need this anymore? Actually, wait. Notify new item, clear notifications. I don't think we need any of these, do we? Indicate, get notification nodes. Yeah, I don't think we need these. Notify contextual reply, we don't need that. On message added. Function. On new dialogue. Okay. So now we just do that. And actually, does this mean... What does this mean? Like, do we need this stat here at all? Okay, but what I'm gonna do is... Yeah, that means that we can just ignore that there. We'd also have alert cleared. Wait, what do we have? I guess it'd be was alerted. Yeah. Oh yeah, emit new dialogue. And actually we're gonna have if game state dot get stat return false. Okay. And actually I don't think we even need was alerted then. Okay. So now a dialog checker can have var eval dialog evaluator new, and this is now just a node. Didn't I change that? I thought I changed that to node explicitly in there, but I guess not. Okay. Also, I should be consistent with these, having the class name in front of the extend. So yeah, function ready, eval. So actually, let's do evaluator for B. Yeah. All right. I know. If P is, let's say if dialog in P and P dot dialog. Configure dialog else Q free. Okay. Function eval equals dialog evaluator new connect. So we have a lot of signals here, but we only need a few of them. We can do error. Let's just do a push error. Eval dot new dialog. Connect on new dialog. So I don't think we even need anything with this. Yeah. Then we have set sequence, which actually, I guess this is where we can configure the dialogue. So we don't even need, well, yeah, I think actually this should do this. So we should set sequence to like set sequence get parent dialogue. Because this should just have dialogue as a thing, yeah. Assert speaker, assert sequence. Okay. So how do we manage this? And actually, I just realized, because the NPCs are buttons, I can literally just put a button as a child of this, or like a little indicator as a child of this, so that'd be fine. I don't need to have like a complicated thing in, because in my main 2D scene, I was doing a bunch of hokey stuff with this, so I'm just going to change this back to HBox container. Then we'll hope that it's ignored, or we'll hope that I didn't break it. Okay. Close other tabs. Do I still have my old checker? Okay, because what this needs to do is we're just going to do dot set. How do we set the sequence of an evaluator? So we have our initialization, we have compile labels. So we start here. And actually we need... I'm just going to do a static func here. So like eval dot default variables equals dialog UI dot pronouns run once eval dot variables dot parameters equals global vars. Yeah, let's see what we all need to do the function start. Or like how do we actually talk to the character? It must be in this viewer. Okay. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do. Interesting. Cannot infer the type of IC variable because it doesn't have a type. I mean, inventory is an inventory, and count has a type of int. So this is just wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restart this. Sometimes Godot just forgets the type of variables. It's just an int. It's just an int video game. I also appreciate that it's taking like 4 seconds between button press and like the actual action taking place. So yeah, his dialogue's also all messed up. What was I even checking? I got distracted by that completely inexplicable bug. Oh yeah, I was basically just making sure that the dialogue still works. Wait, what? No, that's not the correct thing. City guard. So yeah, exit when mentioned arrest. It wasn't mentioned though. Hang on. Item context, Man, this song is like driving me insane. I'll let it play out. Function find item. So here, for some reason, these conditions aren't working correctly. So this is if items not equal null. We do need this, actually, because, yeah, we still need conditions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, So let's do this again. Continue. Wait, can we just do this? And then we can just have this. And then like var label equals labels L. In fact, we won't even bother with that unless we're doing this. And then values. Oh, there we go. Okay. Basically, I needed this. Okay, so now if we come here, this is null. Let's skip to the interesting bit. So we do have a narrow. Okay. And then we're just exiting. Okay, good. And I'm pretty sure we don't have this. I'm pretty sure we just have this. Really, we should probably just have the conditions be like 3 pointers of just narrow. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do that. Check. For narrow or notify. So we're just going to do if label.notify. And then if label.narrow. So this, why is this not like here properly? Let's just put label here. Do we even need the... I guess we do. So we're going to do properties. Yeah, so there's going to be nothing. In fact, it's going to be a void type. Hmm. There should also be like EX text. Okay. Alright, and this is going to be now this. So label type, label type, label check, label type, label type, label check, or label notify. Okay. So now we have 3 types of expressions. So ran when checking for individual items, ran on both, or ran to check and notify. Checking for notifications. Okay. And that means we don't need this. I'm going to put this up here. There we are. And these are null by default. Let's make sure that this works as well. Invalid with type of expression on a base of type ref counted. But isn't this here? Label.type and notification code. Label.notify equals that. Oh. Okay, check it again. There we go. So we're just going to do if label.check, if label.narrow, oh wait, hang on. We needed to do the same thing here as well. So yeah, now I guess this is fine there, because that's for the actual like lines of dialogue have conditions. Yeah, okay. So we're still getting the issue where it has dialogue that it thinks it can show us, but because these are taking precedence, they're not available. So yeah, that'll be something that we need to fix. But okay, let's save this stuff though. So what did we do here? Remove need for dialogue viewer coupling. Some refactors. More UI fixes and stuff. Presumably that's what I was doing. I guess it was starting work on the notifications, the dialogue checker stuff. Because yeah, now I need to figure out what all do I need to do to the evaluator? So when we function start, we need a game state. So that's going to be set that. So we set the parameters, we set that. Expression clear, clear, speaker equals this, speaker is that. So we don't need to do clearing. What if we have a function? I think the only thing that I don't want from all of this is the starting label function, like this part here. But I actually do want eval labels, for example. So yeah, basically what I'm looking for now is there's a UI indicator that I want to bring back for followers, where there's a little exclamation point above their head when there's certain dialogue that's relevant. So I think what it's going to be is like, or this is how it works, or it looks in here. And basically this means that if the first dialogue item is going to be this one, when you talk to them, it'll raise the exclamation point, if they haven't already said this. So we're going to have like this here. And then, what else do we have? Wait, no, this is Chase. Chase is after it, blah, blah, blah. Nightlight Ghost killed. Chase to this. Task finished. Okay. So I'm going to check for these, basically. Let's have set parameters as a thing. Okay. Actually, I could just have this as a thing. So when we go up here, parameters this, like set p, then that's always done. And hopefully this isn't a circular thing still. But okay, that sets this. And then P sequence dot duplicate, that makes sense. Let's have just a set sequence as well. What's default speaker? Okay, that makes sense. I think clear should, well, no. I'll keep that there. Assert game state, clear, if speaker, main speaker is that, main speaker is this. Source node is equals P source node. Let's have a function initialize. So this will be everything that I need here. So function initialize. We can assert game state, clear the cache, clear the state, set the speaker, set the source node, sequence, compile labels, sort custom, set default speaker. Yeah, this stuff. So I think this has to be a node, and then sequence has to be dialogue sequence. And there we go. Why is it laid out this way? Why did I organize it like this? Oh well. Okay. So we initialize it with a speaker, sequence, speaker. Then we have talked will be that, first index this, evaluate labels, entered from, starting label. So I think we do this now. All right, now, and this still needs to be here. Okay, and then I think we do enter starting label. Wait, what is S actually? Oh, I see. Enter starting label. And we'll just have starting label. Okay. So now I think what we can do is we can do enter, and it'll just go from the starting label. Okay. In fact, can't we just do dialogue keys? So keys is, we just sort this, right? Because it's just an integer. Ah, well. But okay, I think now what we do is we set parameters, set the state. And then we do eval.enter starting label if eval dot, or let's say let's have an alerted function. Okay, if not alerted, cleared, emit. There we go. Was alerted. Okay. So now I think we have a thing that works, or a thing that'll run this. In fact, let's have this not be here. This is going to be get parent starting label. So yeah, anything that talks should have, actually it'll be custom entry. Okay. So now we can initialize, and then we enter the dialog. And I'll double check to make sure that, yeah. So basically we should not call this start dialog function. And I think the main thing I'll need to make sure of is that exiting does not instantly, or it doesn't cause any, like, permanent effects. But I'll see to that soon. For now, what I'm going to do is, stats. Connect, run. Actually, let's do like the function enable. Well, how do I want to do this? I basically want to have a function to connect to these. Okay, let's do function connect dialog, or like actually, I have a fun idea. I'm just gonna run this every frame. Or we're gonna have like a function in it. set physics process false. Actually, that should be true regardless. Okay, run once. Actually, we can just run this, yeah, whatever. One or the other. Depends on which one's faster. Eventually, I'll just make it a timer or something. But okay, now what happens is when we follow a player, dialog checker dot set physics process true, and when we dismiss him, we set false. And what we'll need to check for is these alerted functions, wherever they are. Oh, right, we just have them here. So you know what, let's just put a, where's my indicators? Full rectangle. How does this thing work? Let's have this go like to the little corner. In fact, let's anchor this to the bottom right, like that. Or maybe to the top right. And then, okay. So what I'm gonna do is var checker, dialog checker, get return dialog checker. If checker. Let's just do checker dot alerted dot connect indicator animation player play find indicate. Weird. And this will do, let's just do a reset. Okay. Too many arguments to run once. Then we just do that. Yeah. Wait. Okay, that's fine. Okay, invalid assignment of property or key parameters for type of dictionary string nil on a base object of type nil. Okay, and that's because we're doing process. What? Oh, do we not? Oh, I see. Else. Right. I forgot that I need to have this, and then we can set physics process true. How do I want this to be set up? Let's just do that. And then, if not eval. Physics process true. There we are. Oh, right. In fact, let's just have a function called disable dialog as well. And I'll just have and that way we'll just disable dialog. There we go. Okay. Let's save oh wait, no, I need to start a new game now. Because I need to get arrested, then I need to do the thing with the guy. So let's just, I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, I need to look with my eyes. New game. Use a note, we don't have the notes that I need. Okay. Why do we not have these ones that are necessary for the functioning of the fucking game? Okay, so we don't need that one. Wait, what's the keys that we actually need? Jackie. Interesting. Now it's even fewer. Oh, wait, no. I see. It's still here. Vishar. Don't need that one. Oh, wait, no. That was the one we needed. Okay. Key. Jackie. Key. Vishar. Okay. My landing point has tags this and this. And if we go into the evaluator, if we go into preview note, So we have the appended parameters. So we have check. So check does not succeed. But I don't know what check is. Okay, so we need to go back to dialog evaluator. We need to go to check equals this. Okay, so that's the only time we assign that. Oh wait, no, we don't need that. I forgot. We need to do this. Okay. Check string. Items not equal null and type equals item and vset in items. So that's fine. Type equals note and Jackie/journal in items. Medium quest in items. Type equals note and mem left in items. What is the difference between these notes that seem to be working and the notes that aren't working? Vishar, medium quest. I see. First of all, that question mark isn't supposed to be there. Well, actually, I guess, is it there? Okay, it's here that we do that. So we should get items and type. Yeah, and we have items and type here. Where we do that? Strange. So the type is the right type. I guess we'll just go to here. So what is our label that we're looking at now? So there's gotta be one. Okay, there is one. Okay, so we do have a found label here. Note medium quest, where mentioned me. Okay. If result is empty, otherwise evaluate a max stat. Oh, I see. Okay, it's because this max state isn't being set properly anymore. And that's a question. I don't know why that's not being set, but... Because don't we apply block status when we evaluate the labels? And we evaluate the labels... Yeah, we evaluate them constantly. Like almost any time we say anything. Maybe here it's too early to do that, and so it's not being done correctly. But okay, I do think I see where the problem is. So it's not in generating these code, or this code. That seems fine. It is in the block states. Okay. So yeah, we should have more notes here. Like, there's no reason that one of these should be invalid. YouTube, did you forget that I'm listening to music? Okay, where's my introduction? It should be u.dialog. So yeah, we have this cue me. Tell me something only I would know. So I think I don't get it. I think the difference is that these ones don't have a distinct block name. But yeah, there should be no blocks that have issues. Also, there should be items here as well. I don't know why there's only notes if we have an item right there. This is confounding me. Okay, because what did we've changed quite a bit about how these notifications work, but have we changed a lot about how we would find items? Because it seems to be something to do with the max state being wrong now. So do we do anything at all with updated blocks anymore? I don't think we do. Yeah, because I think we just go through all the blocks and then we get the state of the block. Man, while I'm here, can I get, like, basically all of... Oh, wait, no, this should be int. Oh, wait, no, that shouldn't be anything, actually. Like, that is very specifically, FID, speaker ID. It should be a string. Shouldn't this be a string? Okay. Try it again. I don't know what is strange about this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like var debug blocks. Stay. Or dictionary string. String. And it's just going to be debug. Let's see. For being blocks, debug blocks b equals block max state dot debug string. Okay, let's see what each individual block says. Okay, so exit is good. Entry start, good. Basic info, good. Note medium quest. Mentioned queue me is 0. Okay. Oh, note mum left mentioned queue me is 1. This is just not correct because mum left mentioned. We haven't mentioned this yet. If we go to the context, there is no context. Nothing's been mentioned. So how does one of these statements compile, but the other one doesn't? Hang on. I'm gonna try this. Wait, my hard drive forgot that it was like saving. Okay, so we have no context. And debug blocks. Okay. 0, 1. Somehow this one even without, so these labels done that. So where's basic info in here actually? Okay, basic info is also, okay, that's also true. So this is the only one that's false. But why? What is the difference? Is there some error with the compilation? Folder did not exist, user autosave. It's fine. So yeah, the big issue is that if we do this, so we'll skip that, skip this. Okay, so none of these are actually valid yet. Okay, so now it's reevaluated. That's good. And then we come here. The issue is it's still only the two that it said, basic info and this one. Man. Don't compile. Let's just print compiled code. Oh wait, hang on. For ex text or var okay, I think I see the issue. Is there a trailing space? I think maybe, well, I don't know. No, that wouldn't do anything. That would just make it so that it's not getting the same thing. Oh, wait, that would make it null, though, I think. If s dot, if s in expr cache else, compile s. Okay. Oh, wait. Hang on. S item custom params. Okay. We're gonna do just get. So let's do var. What am I looking for? Ex text. Okay. Basically, I'm just gonna do this is get compiled ex. No, okay. In fact, we can just do S1. Oh, I don't know what item it was, though. Sequence find labeled EX. There we go. Yeah, so we're basically just going to do this for all of these of just get like that. I forgot what item this was again. Oh, I see. I keep forgetting that I can just do this. Get compiles. There we go. So yeah, because we got a lot of these. If not S and expression cache again. Oh wait, no. Okay, now we're down to just the two of them. Good. Okay. So that means that there's less chances of duplicate expressions, but that still doesn't explain why some of them don't work. So I'm going to do block state keys, block max state. Actually, let's also just do debug labels. Okay. Okay, so let's see debug blocks. So exit optional. Okay. So yeah. We're getting lots of things that are not correct. The only one that is correct right now is this note medium quest where mention queue me, which is invalid because it's not like correct, or because it's not enabled yet. There is no mentioned queue. And then we got debug labels, which should tell us a bit more. Okay, so this is telling me okay, so the item is invalid. The note is optional. Note invalid, note optional. Narrow? So are we not doing narrow for the oh, I see. Oh wait, no. I don't see. Because this seems fine. I wish the expressions still had their text with them, because now what I have to do... Well... I guess I'll keep this as it is. Actually, we need notify and that. Okay. So we're at item. We need like the full text of the label somewhere. Okay, so this one should return false. So the notify is true. The narrow, though, is false. So what is res? Res is true, even though it shouldn't be true? Okay. And then what I'm going to do here is debug cons dot check equals check string, and label dot debug cons dot notify equals notify string. So this way I can just see what the text is supposed to be and see why it's so messed up. Because okay, now the label has, for example, debug cons, they're all null. It makes no sense. Okay. Go to evaluator, just do label debug cons. Put it to a string. Okay, this is what it actually is. It's not complicated. Okay. It is so not as complicated. Oh. Wait, no. Okay, this is fine. I think the issue here is basically the fact that it's using the single quotes. Well, it's basically for the JSON that's the issue, but that should be fine for this. But okay, what it's saying is inventory count visa, and then narrow is mentioned queue me. Okay. So notify is false because we don't have the item. That makes sense. Then we try this again. Oh wait, it's the same thing. I didn't realize that. So you can see it should be checking for both of these. So yeah, journal has note Jackie journal. So if we did like yeah, okay. So backslash single quote works in Godot. Okay, and so the narrow should return false because we have not mentioned me. And actually, let's go function mentioned. So this should be run at some point. It's not run. So that means that there's something... Oh. That was it. Okay. That was the issue. That still doesn't actually explain why it worked before, but okay. Let's ignore that for now. Okay, now we're actually getting that. And now if we go here, our blocks Invalid, invalid, invalid. Good. And we get the same thing for all these. Good. And then, now that something new has been mentioned, let's check these. So now, so now, medium quest is still not correct. And that's because we need, I know, has note. I know what we need to do. Journal. Or there we are. The question mark is necessary. What I might want to do is change, just like make the question mark the special thing. Like in the dialogue rather than like everywhere else that touches it. But okay. Basically what this means is... Okay, good. Now that works. So now if we use a note, now we can do this. And then we can go out, and then we can do the thing that we were going to do. Okay. But it's 10 p.m. So I didn't actually do the thing that I was intending to do, which was checking more advanced notification logic. Oh yeah, followers. That's what I was going to do. The alerts for followers. I can at least test it. What I'll do right now is oh wait, no. I'll say, what should I call this? Some simplification debugging. Notifications and fixes. Now let's just say notifications. Okay, go here, go here, go here, get arrested. If we just talk to these guys, you'll get arrested eventually. Now we talk to this guy, he does that. Oh, wait. We don't have any fucking notes. What? How did that happen? I don't care. Let's just put it as a bug. Interrogation triggers all the notes. Did I close my to-do list? Why did I do that? I guess I thought I was going to be done for the day. Bugs. Viewer, or let's say... UI dialog. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay. So now we just need to do the thing. Also, I'm going to put as a bug nightlight items. Could use housing form at the wrong time. Okay. Appreciate that. I understand. I'll take him. He's not where he's supposed to. Oh, he's there. Okay, I see. 4 little oleanders in the corner. Because he needs our main 2D. Yeah, because I changed this too much. There we are. Our little bugger. So he's supposed to be doing something at this point. Like, he's supposed to have some alerts. Okay, let's do this. So we need this here. So I just want to make sure that we at least configure the dialogue. And then we need to check for run once. And then, yeah, because we have this stuff here. So animation player play indicate, etc. Persistent info new follower connect display follower. Okay. Global vars. Let's do function new or alert new dialog. So our starting label. Oh, but we don't actually do the entrance here. Yeah, I just realized we just need to do one find item. Or like next item or whatever it could be. Or what would be advance? Oh, it's because the dialogue viewer has advance. Okay. Or I guess we just do find next item. Okay. That was my issue. I forgot to find the next item. Okay, so that's good. And then what we have, okay. Then that does that. And what we should have actually is on new dialogue, if was alerted. Let's do if this. And let's do like var should alert equals false, and then like if was alerted should alert. Actually, I know what I need. Okay. So var should alert equals false. Okay. So should alert equals false here. And basically if should alert and not. If was alerted and not should alert. Okay, this is getting kind of complicated. Basically, was alerted is set to false here. So should alert is reset. And then we run the dialogue. And if any new dialogue is there, should alert is set back to true. And when should alert is set to true, was alert is also set to true. But was alert is only cleared when we actually clear it. Okay. Because was alerted just tells us. There we go. Look at that. We have a little notification next to him. So that way he tells us the new stuff. And then all I need to do is, let's set time. Or let's do like world advanced time. Well. Oh wait, it's paused. Okay, now he has something to say. Chases after it. It's getting away. Then we come into here. Then you kill the creature. Then he had new stuff to say. Okay. So now, follower alerts work. I'm curious how the performance is going to be on those. But okay. Oh wait, I should have completed this thing. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think this is completed because it doesn't start as a gray screen. Okay. There's a bunch of messy stuff in here. Stuff that's like outdated now. Alright, that's going to be it until Sunday. So I will be back then with more stuff like this. I think my main goal is going to be to really like figure out the plot, because there's details that I want to hash out on my own. Or of this quest, because the part 2 is almost done. Or it's almost figured out. And once that's done, then I can just implement it. But okay, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you then.